Well, hey, welcome back. Week 2. And what a week it has been. So I suppose we should start with where we've been. First stop, Broadford Bowling Club. That was pretty nice. Small town, Broadford. Good bowling club. Nice people there. It's free camping. I thought I'd contribute, so I bought a Bundy rum. So I was pretty stoked with that. Parked on gravel, just behind the bowling club. There was probably, 4 other people there? 4 groups of people, we'll say. You can only stay there for one night. But definitely a good stopover place when you're heading down towards Melbourne.
After the Broadford Bowling Club, we headed into Melbourne and we went to Clayton. We had to pick up some things for our setup. We picked up the Rainfly risers for our rooftop tent, which not many brands make them.
Basically lifts up the mounting point where your Rainfly poles go in and it raises them up. So that way you can have awning. And then we've also got our shower awning as well on the other side. So, and then when the awning's actually open, all 4 spots where the poles are don't fit with all that stuff on there. So the razor brackets just rise them up by about that much. Makes it clear, the awning, the shower tent. So that way you don't have to constantly put your poles up and down like we were doing before, which was pretty tedious. So shout outs to 230 in Clayton for that. Definitely stop by, have a check it out. And we also got the dog rooftop tent ladder attachment thing for Winnie. She's just chilling down there at the moment. We're gonna have to probably modify our ladder to make it work, because the Outback Tourer ladder is awesome because it's got the wide steps, but because it has the wide steps you can't attach the Velcro properly. It's not long enough, so we might have to modify that somehow.
I checked in with a cousin / good friend of mine, and she said we could stay at her place for the night, which was amazing. We popped into her place, we slept on a couch, which was amazing. We had nice showers, put some washing on. Her and her partner made us dinner, which was lovely, and then we watched a movie. So that was a really fun time. We also got Messina, which is a gelato place, really nice gelato, and that was about an hour away from her house, so we bought some and had that with them as well. That was around Boronia. So then the next day we went to a place called Magazine Track Camp. Magazine Track Campsite is in Kithkiln, so we decided to go for a little hike before setting up camp, and we hiked for about 10 kilometres. It was quite a while, and we saw a waterfall, which was really cool. Then we went back, set up camp. We only stayed there for one night. It was very busy. There were a lot of people and there were a lot of trees, so we didn't have the best solar coverage. We don't like camping near or under trees. We've already seen and heard branches falling from gum trees, so it's very common, so we never park underneath a gum tree. There's a couple of permanents that live there as well.
They cranked the music pretty loud.
There was a permanent staying there and their music was blasting through the camp. So it was nice for a stopover, but we probably wouldn't go back there again.
Then we spent a couple of days at Taronga Falls, which was really, really, really nice. I rate that camp very highly. Kind of like at the base of a mountain out near Nuge. We went to the Nuge pub too. That's the sticker. Shout out to the Nuge pub. Winnie really loves this. Super nice venue. Lovely staff. Prices are a bit dearer, but it is a mainstream kind of pub, so makes sense. It's very, very busy. But yeah, we stayed at Taronga Falls campsite, which is probably 10 minutes out of Nuge.
Beautiful drive.
Yeah, really nice drive. Kind of takes you through a valley to the base of the mountain where there's a couple of waterfalls up there. And then we're in this really nice clearing, a couple of fire pits. Some really nice people there. So made some good friends. Because there was a couple of waterfalls, so we did a hike up the mountain. Checked out the waterfalls, stood under the waterfalls and got soaked. That was really fun. Nice and refreshing. Cold. Yeah, because there's mountain water, it's freezing. So there was a day there that was 30, I think. It wasn't super hot.
No service.
There's no service there, but we sat in the creek for a good half day. Just dipped your feet in. It was really, really cold. Really, really nice place. Helicopter.
We met some really nice people at Taronga Falls as well. We met Amy travelling from Europe with her brother who lives in Australia, Luke. They were lovely. And then we met Seth and Molly and their 2 dogs, Teddy and Luna. Teddy was a puppy. He was only 14 weeks old. He loved coming over and stealing Winnie's toys, which was very cute. Winnie did not like it because she's a snob. Then we met Sam and Heidi, who were travelling down from Queensland to stay in Melbourne for a bit, to the Geelong area, but we met them near the waterfall, which was really nice. Then we met a couple called Brody and Zoe. They live in a bus called Dawn. They were so lovely. We played Catan with them. Brody won. He smashed us. So Brody built this bus over 2 years. Zoe worked while Brody did up this bus, but they did it themselves and it's beautiful. And when they gave us a tour of their home, and when they were giving us the tour, you could just tell that they both loved it so much, which was just really nice. So they were lovely. I cut Zach's hair when we were at Tarongo Falls, so it's all gone now, which he's very happy about. Yeah, way more comfortable for him. And then that leads us to where we are now.
We're at Golden Beach Campground. There's 16 campgrounds all along the shoreline, I suppose you could call it. We're in number 5. The first 6 are dog friendly, and then the other 10 are not. Campsite 3 is closed, I think due to asbestos or something. But campsite 5 is nice, good beach access. There's a toilet, and the toilets are, Tarongo Falls toilets were not nice. They were pretty rough, lots of bugs and stuff like that. But here, toilets are actually really nice. So the facilities are good. It's a bit windy, but where we are, we're kind of parked up behind some trees, so we've got a bit of shelter. There's like some sort of Air Force testing ground thing that direction. So we do get quite a few helicopters over. We saw a stunt plane, which is really cool, doing some flips and stuff. There's a shipwreck on the beach. It's a very long walk though from where we are. We saw the map and we're like, yeah, it's short. We'll just walk there. 2 hours later.
That's what happens when I'm in charge of directions. I thought it would be about a 3-kilometre walk, and it took us over 2.5 hours to find the shipwreck, which was pretty cool. And we found some nice shells, but sorry.
There's not much of the shipwreck left. We saw some pictures on All Trails from a couple of years ago. There's a lot more material left, but it's all kind of eroded away. But it's still pretty cool to see. It's just one long dead straight beach. I think it's 90 Mile Beach or something it's called. So it's just, you get some pretty sick views. Not the best for swimming. It's pretty rough. Lots of people are beach fishing. Someone pulled in a shark the other day. We saw like a little gummy shark. Lots of cool snapper and sharks and stuff like that. We just haven't got any beach rods because they're ginormous. We haven't got the room. But
all right, we're going to do a highlight and a struggle of the week. One of them was definitely Tarongo Falls, going in that waterfall, even though it was freezing cold. I'm so glad I went in. It was just amazing to see. A second highlight that I have was finding these beautiful shells on the beach where we are now on Golden Beach. They were just beautiful. And then a struggle for this week, my coffee machine started having issues. It is a Breville coffee machine, and every time you started it, any part of the water, it would go for about 3 seconds and then it would stop. And after Zach did a lot of research, he found out that it was an air bubble in the flow meter. So Zach very lovingly took my coffee machine apart and fixed it for me. We're a bit unsure how it's going to go for the rest of the trip because these coffee machines don't like a lot of movement. Zach's got a plan to make sure it's smooth sailing from here, but that was a struggle. It was just annoying because it's just something else that if you do have to replace, it's quite expensive. So, and what about you?
Highlight. I don't want to say the same as you. I want to do something different. I really liked meeting the people at Tarongo Falls. There's some really nice people. And then we just got to hang out, sitting in the water with the dogs. Seth gave me a free beer. Thanks, Seth. So sipping a cold beer in the cool water was nice. And then a struggle for me, I bought some shoes from Athlete's Foot, and they're not cheap shoes, and I thought I'll do it properly. I want to get some shoes for the trip, so I thought I'll go there, I'll get my feet measured on their U-Butte fancy machine, do it all properly, and then after a hike it's put a big blister on the back of my foot, which has been really painful and annoying. They wouldn't refund the shoes either. They wouldn't help me out at all. Not shout out to Athlete's Foot because they sold me a kind of crappy pair of shoes and they're not going to do anything about it. So their warranty is not good. Their return policy, not good.
Thank you so much for watching. This, I can't believe, is already week 2 we've done.
Spider.
Little friend, Mr. Spider. Mr. Spider is no more. We look forward to doing our next vlog in week 3. Bye.